Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, lacrosse fans. My name is Teddy Jenner. Thank you for tuning in. Have we got a juicy matchup for you today? Game 2, Day 5 of the 2018 President's Cup. The 3-1 Oakville Titans taking on the 3-2 Ladner Pioneers. And this game has major implications on seedings as we move towards crossover Saturday. If the Titans win it, it really puts Ladner behind the 8 ball. If Ladner wins this, it puts a lot of pressure on Oakville's game later tonight against the host Nanaimo Timbermen, who are also at 3-2. So there is a lot to be decided, but this game can really shake things up. And it looks like the officials are just conversing with both benches about something. But while that's going on, let's get you some scratches for the game. For the Titans, scratch number 5, Nick Ribka. Number 15, Michael Mays. 16, Dallas Bridle. 3, Brandon Slade. And for Ladner, scratch number 17, Nate Clare. 23, Garrett Lewis. 22, Josh Kelly. 69, Mitch Winter. 88, Patrick Zabo, and third-string goaltender Rob Cook. Your starting goaltenders will be Craig Wendy to my left, Brody McDonald to my right. As we get you set here from Nanaimo, BC, thanks to our crew at LaxAllStars for getting us online. If you want to get a hold of me while watching this game, find me on Twitter at @OffTheCrossbar. Ian Poole batting for that loose ball. Going to be picked up there on the far side by Spencer Bromley. So Ladner will have the first possession wearing red with black and white trim. Titans wearing dark blue, white and light blue trim. There's Kirkby, Bearkoff, Bromley trying to fix the strap on his helmet. Tom Johnson gets a pick from Bromley. Gives it off near side. Cody Nass playing his second game of the tournament. Bearkoff shot, save Wendy, loose ball. Going to be picked up there by Brett Yolbickus. Here comes Nolan Apers. Skips it far side. Cree Blakely back to Apers. Shot, fooled Brody McDonald. Hit the crossbar. And loose ball fall to the Pioneers goaltender. So here is Brian Poole. Gets a pick, rolls underneath. Brian Keith going to set another screen. 8 on the shot clock. Johnson, Bromley, got to put one on target. Backside, look to Ryan Keith, and they'll call him in the crease. If you notice on the Ladner Pioneers jerseys, there's an SB logo. And that's for Shirley Burr, who started the Ladner Pioneers team and sadly passed away earlier this year. So our condolences to the Burr and the Pioneer family as they lost their matriarch. And her boys are doing the city of Ladner very proud here as they try and battle and keep themselves in a hunt for one of the 4 medal position crossover games. Here's Kirkby. He'll go far side. Tom Johnson. He'll work a 2-man game with Spencer Bromley. Johnson with a head of steam. Works inside. Takes a shot. Save Wendy. He'll float it to Gage Board. 2-on-1 if Board can hurry. Pioneers are back. Shot. Took a deflection. And it'll be grabbed there by Dan McDermott. Titans bench screaming for a too-many-men call. Now here's Eli Gobrecht. Gobrecht takes a chop there from Smythe. Smythe is the one wearing the jersey that doesn't look like anybody else's for his team. Now Bearkoff, shot, save Wendy, loose ball. Poole had it, couldn't put it on target, and it'll be grabbed there by Blaze McCullough. McCullough will carry it to center, leave it there for Cree Blakely wearing 4. And he'll carry it far side along with Matt Lee. And then skip it into the corner Ryan Johnston. Johnson thought about a shot, gets the pick from Lee, who had his stick held. No call from the official. Loose ball in the corner. Grabbed there by Jake Carey. He takes a chop, run through it. Had McFettridge ahead of him. Numbers here for Ladner. Carey, Johnson, saved there by Wendy as Johnson tried to go far side, short side. And the Titans goaltender stands his ground. Johnson near side Kirkby. McFettridge is still out there playing a shift to Oak. Sets a pick for Kirkby. Shot, save Wendy. He'll look for an outlet. And he'll give it off to Braden Wallace. 3.5 played in the first period between these two teams with 3 wins apiece. Here's Wallace, gets underneath. Braden Wallace trying to go short side. And they'll say McDonald got a piece of it, but running onto it is Nathan Henair. Henair faked the flip, got Bearkoff trailing. Bearkoff shot, rebound. Oh, then Bearkoff couldn't put this subsequent shot in as he bobbled it. And Craig Wendy floated to center, Braden Wallace. Slow 2-on-1, Wallace faked it, shot it, saved McDonald behind the net. Picked up there by Wallace. He'll get a reset, slow things up. Ulbickus rolls underneath. Ulbickus watched there by Sam Clare. Gives to Wallace. He'll shoot. Short side bouncer. What a goal. And then away from the play, Davidson mixing it up on the far side. I believe that's Eddie Renault, but that's the first goal of the game. It's 1-0 Titans. As that one, short side bouncer to the top corner. And McDonald was there, but somehow got over the big man's shoulder and in. And procedure called on Johnson at the center circle. So it'll be Ladner possession. Here's Ryan Keith with it. Ryan Keith, near side, Tyler Kirkby. Into the corner, Brian Poole. There's Poole. Ulbickus and Cree Blakely pick up assist. Shot there by Bromley, never made it on target. And here comes the captain, Gage Board. 4-on-1, Board. Wallace, try to go 5-hole, save McDonald. Loose ball will be picked up there by Cook. Inside on his wrong side shot, save McDonald. Ball still loose. Who's going to come up with it? Nathan Henair going to run onto this one. And then Henair leave it there for McFettridge. McFettridge tried a shot, but he held on to it. And smart play there by the veteran Peter McFettridge. Tom Johnson gets a pick there from Bearkoff. Spins inside. Cook broke his stick. Shot by Johnson. Save. Loose ball in the corner. McFettridge will have it. Inside. Shot. Save, and it goes in. Bromley faked it and then went short side past Wendy, and it's 1-1 as Ladner responds in quick succession. Should give an assist to Peter McFettridge. 14.5 to go here in regulation. And this should be a back and forth affair. Poole wins it. Flips it to Pinder. And they're going to call interference on Davidson. And so Wallace will take it for Oakville. Apers. Blakely. Wallace. Blakely. One-on-one with McDermott. Spins away. Shoots wide. Loose ball. Going to come all the way down to Craig Wendy with 13 on the shot clock. Wendy trying to find an outlet. And he'll hold on to it. Nice job by Ladner just to shut bodies off so that the Oakville won't have to be able to get a shot here at the end. And that one goes well wide. It'll be Ladner possession. Ball will start back in the Pioneer zone. Here comes Tyler Kirkby. Goes bench side. Tom Johnson, watched there by McMahon. Johnson, swim move. Flips it up top. Dylan Lacroix. Watched there by McMahon. Back to Johnson. Couldn't find it. Loose ball will be picked up there by Kevin Dong. Dong gonna run. Has Jamal Shears ahead of him. Won't pass to him. Now he will. Shears bobbled it, but he's able to get it back. Take a check there from Jake Carey. Jamal Shears rolls away from trouble. Flips it back to Dong. He swings it to Blakely. Blakely, shot, shoulder save McDonald. Ball straight up in the air. And grabbed there by Shears. Reset to 30. Cox and Blakely sparring on the far side. Now Nolan Apers. Apers gets a pick. Shot. Oh, that one buzzed the tower. Loose ball picked up by Lee. One-timer. Apers off the crossbar. And out of play. Possession will stay here with the Titans. Matt Lee will start with it. Lee, near side Apers. He gets a pick. Shoot through a screen. Never made it on target. Grabbed there by McFetridge. McFetridge going to run. 2-on-2. McFetridge will slow up. Won't take the shot. Another smart play by the veteran. He'll go far side Michael Bearkoff. Now here's Cody Nass. Into the corner, Pinder. Kirkby. Far side, Bromley. He'll shoot. That one goes wide. Going to ricochet off the glass. Nice job by Kirkby just to knock it down as the 30 was about to expire. Now Trevor Smythe. Blakely, far side. Man open underneath. Far side save. Brody McDonald. As the big man held his ground to make a big save for the Pioneers, keeping it 1-1 with 12 minutes to go. Here's Brian Poole. Late man, Dylan Lacroix. Into the corner, Johnson. Three lefties here for Ladner. Near side, Poole. Shot from the outside. Save, Wendy. He'll float one down the floor. That's Shears. Late man, Blakely. Shot, scores! And there's the speed of the Titans, making it 2-1 in transition as Blakely came sprinting off the bench, took the feed from Jamal Shears, and with 11:38, it's 2-1 Titans. And that's been the MO for this Oakville team. As soon as Craig Wendy gets it, get up the floor, start the transition, and their youthful legs have been a huge factor in this tournament as the first-time President's Cup participants have really impressed here. Now Poole and Johnson, the two draw guys, continued battling with each other after the face-off was over. Slashing to Johnson, roughing to Poole. It'll be Ladner possession. We'll have 2 minutes of 4-on-4 lacrosse. So Johnson will start with it. He'll go far side, Bearkoff. Bearkoff watched by Blaze McCullough. Johnson had a stick ripped out of his hand. Bearkoff shot, save, rebound Blaze McCullough. He's going to run. McCullough doesn't have numbers, so he'll go into the corner. Titans changing, Matt Yee. Yee, watched there by McDermott. Gets a pick there from Blakely. He'll shoot, save McDonald, loose ball. Grabbed there by the captain, Dan McDermott. He's double teamed, moves it up ahead. Numbers here for Ladner. Gobrecht. Kirkby gets a pick. Kirkby fakes, shot, save. What a fantastic tracking of that ball by Craig Wendy. Here's Brandon Wallace. Faked it. Takes a chop there from McDermott. Shot from a bad angle. Ricocheted off the goaltender, off the official. And again, Eli Gobrecht quickly up ahead. Cody Nass, one-time feed, and that ball's dropped by Bromley. And Craig Wendy has it. Long pass up ahead. Mays. Mays will fake the shot, doesn't take it. Nice move on Davidson, holds on to it. And Michael Mays will give it off to Nolan Apers. Three left-handers out here for Oakville. Blakely gets it far side all alone. 10 seconds, watched there by Pinder. Gets a pick. Blakely. Apers couldn't find it. And the loose ball grabbed by Davidson. Up ahead of him is Pinder. And Pinder will be watched there by Jamal Shears. My brain wanted to call him Jamal Charles for some reason. I guess fantasy football season's around the corner. Here's Tom Johnson. 3 seconds on the Miners. Here's Pinder. Fake the shot, drives through the middle, 5-on-5. Outside shot, Johnson. That one never hit the net. And to go out of play. Possession will go the other way with the Titans. Ryan Johnson at center. 9.5 to play in a quick-moving first. 2-1 Oakville, with goals coming from Wallace and Blakely. Lone goal for Ladner was scored by Spencer Bromley. Outside shot, never made it on target from Eddie Renault. Loose ball, grabbed there by Obicus. He takes a shot. Loose ball, Blakely couldn't find it. Picked up by the Pioneers. Oh, a big body check there by Sam Clare as he ran right through Matt Lee. Sam Clare, Bromley shot, put it wide. Clare able to find that rebound, give it off to Kirkby. 15 on a running shot clock. Kirkby holds up, skips it over to Bromley. He'll get a pick from Lacrosse. Bromley, 5. Kirkby got to put a shot on target. Around a screen, save Wendy, loose ball. And that'll be a crease violation on Bromley. Easy call for Clint Jacobs, the official. Here's Gage. Gives it off to Matt Lee. Near corner, Eddie Renault. Johnson couldn't handle it. Picked up there by Ian Poole. 2-on-1. Poole with Jake Carey. Jake Carey shoots, shoulder save. Nicely done there by Wendy. Poole got the rebound. He'll shoot wrong-handed. And that one went over the short side post and just wide. This is a track meet as expected between the Titans and Pioneers. Titans will have to play a second game later tonight against the host Nanaimo Timmerman. And depending on the outcome of this game, that one will be very important for the Titans. It's going to be important for Nanaimo regardless. And that one goes off McDonald and out of play. So Jordan Gillis will start with it for the Titans far side. Johnston, watched there by Pinder, goes into the corner, Cree Blakely, backside look, Apers, shot. Oh, a nice save there by Brody McDonald, who got the butt end of the stick on it. New 30 for the Titans. Blakely, up top, Johnston. Watched there by Davidson, Johnston. Apers, one-timer, save McDonald as he closed the wing and held on to that one. And Dylan McDermott will walk it up the floor and give it off to Tyler Kirkby, who's been one of Ladner's best players all tournament. Kirkby. Ian Poole set a pick. Swing it far side. Johnson in the corner. Watched there by Smythe. Johnston. Tom Johnson looking. Comes across Brian Poole. Back to Johnson. He missed it. And to be grabbed there by Craig Wendy. Quickly up the floor. Cook. Couldn't take it over the shoulder. And that goes up and out of play. Unfortunate break there for the Titans. Ladner will take possession with Sam Clare. Clare gets bodied there by Matt Lee. Lee, couple chops. Clare dishes. They'll both go for a change. Dylan Lacroix. Hidden ball trick doesn't work. Kirkby. Ryan Key setting a big pick. Kirkby inside. Lacroix shot. Great save, Craig Wendy. Loose ball. Who's going to come up with it? It's Braden Wallace up ahead. Trevor Smythe. Wallace going to run with him. Smythe. Wallace. One more. Blakely scores. His second in transition. Sprinting as hard as he can off the bench. What a finish from Cree Blakely. Give assist to Wallace and to Trevor Smythe. And Ladner going to call a timeout here. As head coach Ross Freilich got to try and fire his team up here. And I believe it's a timeout, or maybe it's just a goalie water break. I think it's just a goaltender water break, not an official timeout. This is game 2 of day 5. Up next, we will see the Onondaga Redhawks taking on the St. Albert Miners. St. Albert 4-1 after losing to Cognawaga last night in a fantastic battle between the two undefeateds. And Onondaga just trying to keep their hopes alive to get into a crossover game, but those chances are getting slimmer and slimmer. 10 on the shot clock. Johnson works his way in, got to get a shot off. Up top, Bromley, shot goes wide, and that'll be a violation. Oh, Bromley gets one off right there. No, they're good. And now Pinder cross-checking a punch to Obicus. And the officials will take them both. And we'll see what the call is. I didn't see the official signal. Probably each going to get 2 for rough. But the Titans bench was screaming for the officials. There was some contact away from the focus of the refs on the far side. But we'll play 4-on-4 for 2 minutes with 5:13 here remaining in the period. 3-1 Oakville. 2 goals from the man with the ball right now, Cree Blakely. Blakely, Apers, shot goes wide, loose ball. Blakely, Apers, 2 minutes each for slashing to Obicus and Pinder. Shot on target by Eddie Renault. Loose ball grabbed there by Cree Blakely on the far side. Blakely inside to Matt Lee, doesn't connect. Apers battling, going to be grabbed there by Danny McDermott. And McDermott will run, has Tom Johnson ahead of him. McFetridge, Johnson, oh, he put it wide. He tried to tuck it short side. Oh, and what a great play by the Titans coaching staff. Shot, scores! And that's Jamie McMahon, who took the assist from his coach. Oakville scored 3 straight. And McMahon runs off the bench and gives a high five to his coach, who caught that loose ball off the bounce and threw it right to his player. The official blew it in, and McMahon went straight down on a breakaway and scored. Now the officials are going to come over and talk this over. And so the officials will call both captains over, McDermott and Gage, and have a chat. And I'm not sure what they're discussing, whether it's the tossing of the ball or what. But it is 4-1 with 4:20 remaining here in the first. A very fast-paced period. And so McDermott and Board will take the words from the officials to their respective coaches. It's still 4-on-4 here for another minute 7. And to the draw we go, Poole and Johnston. Poole wins it, chucks it all the way back to Nathan Hanair. So McMahon unassisted. Here comes Tyler Kirkby. Ladner, got to get a goal here to stop this momentum. In the corner, Bromley. Good defense there by the Titans. Bromley gets a pick, takes a shot off the post. Loose ball grabbed there by Gage Board. Nice job by Cody Nass to get off the floor and get some defenders out there. Board, backside look, shot. Oh, that skipper didn't miss by much off the stick of Ethan Finley. And then fighting for that loose ball, Sam Clare. He bats it free, and then an interference call on Trevor Smythe. And possession will stay here with Ladner as Sam Clare picks up a pad and heads off the floor. Kirkby, 17 seconds remaining on 4-on-4 Lacrosse. Lacroix into the corner, Bearcoff, he bobbled it. And then he battles on the far side. And it'll be picked up there by McMahon. McMahon thought about headmanning it to Wallace, but instead he'll hold on to it and give it off to Cree Blakely. Back to 5 aside. There's inadvertent reset of the 30, so the officials are going to count it down. There's Johnson, 15 on the shot clock. Johnston, Blakely in the corner, 10 on the shot clock. Inside feed, doesn't connect. Ball loose behind the net, grabbed there by Ian Poole. And Pinder was shot off by Eddie Renault, so Poole will give it off to his brother Brian. Brian Poole gets a pick from Cody Nass. Poole runs underneath, flips it to Nass. He grabs it, takes the shot, save. Wendy quickly outlets, headman, and Jamal Shears won't be able to run onto it. It goes right to Brody McDonald, and he'll give it off short side to Davidson. Off the bench is Bearcoff. He'll work with Tom Johnson. Bearcoff, Johnson, shot. Oh, try to go 5-hole. Save Craig Wendy. And Tom Johnson has had a few opportunities here in the first period, but unable to solve the stellar play of Craig Wendy. Here's Gillis. Cree Blakely, far corner, Matt Lee. One-on-one, Lee drives his man in, takes a chop. Flips it up top, Blakely, he'll shoot. McDonald with a save, loose ball. Clare battling. Apers gives him a little push, then he'll be able to find it, run behind his own goal. And here comes Sam Clare. He'll flip it to Kirkby. 90 seconds remaining in the period, 4-1 Oakville. Kirkby, McFetridge setting some interference. Kirkby bouncer, that one missed far side. And we'll go up and out of play. And here's Gage Board, the captain for the Oakville Titans. Blakely. Sorry, that's Ryan Johnson. Shot, save, McDonald. Loose ball picked up there by Poole. Ladner gonna run 3-on-2. Ian Poole down the pipe, twister shot, save there, Wendy. Loose ball picked up by Braden Wallace. He'll push the tempo. Now Obickus. Last minute of play here in the first. Obickus, flip pass inside to Eddie Renault. He's dispossessed of the ball. Grabbed there by Wyatt Pinder. Pinder with wheels. And will Ladner shoot it quick? Doesn't look like it. Johnson, he will shoot a quick save there by Wendy all the way down the floor. Jamie McMahon on a breakaway. McMahon shoots, shoulder save, McDonald. And then that ball grabbed by McFetridge. And I think that's going to be a point of contention for head coach Ross Freilich in between periods, is they got to do a better job of getting back in reverse transition. McDonald to the bench, 6-on-5 here, Pios. Johnson. Now here comes some movement, Poole. Johnson. Bearcoff. Shot never made it through, and that's the way the period's going to end. And I don't think the Pioneers really knew what they were doing there. And so Oakville, who are looking to really secure a number 3 seed with a win here. Not fully secure, but they'll put a good lock on it. They lead at 4-1. They got 2 goals from Cree Blakely, 1 from Jamie McMahon. And the first goal from Braden Wallace, the lone Ladner goal off the stick of Spencer Bromley. That's the end of the first. My name's Teddy Jenner. This is Pioneers and Titans, Game 2 of Day 5 of the 2018 President's Cup, brought to you by LaxAllStars, live from Nanaimo, BC.
Welcome to Nanaimo, the gateway to Vancouver Island. Located on the rich waters of the Salish Sea, backdropped by thick, temperate rainforest with their rolling hills and the rugged mountains in the distance, Nanaimo was the first home to the local Nanaimo First Nations people. For centuries they lived here in connection with the land. And in many ways, this close tie to the wilderness of Vancouver Island resonates today. In the 1850s, the Hudson Bay Company set up a trading post in the region here in Nanaimo. Today, that trading post still stands with the HBC Bastion standing guard over the waters of the harbor here in Nanaimo. For many decades afterwards, Nanaimo flourished as a coal mining town. Much of this early history is on display at the Nanaimo Museum. Today, Nanaimo is a bustling and modern urban center on the edge of natural wonder. Experience Nanaimo's supernatural wilderness and find yourself again.
Nanaimo allows me to do my passions through accessibility. Just the way that it's laid out, within 10 or 15 minutes I can basically be from my house and doing something that I am truly passionate about. For me, it's about connection. I know a lot of people go to nature to disconnect from the world, but for me it's about feeling like I'm part of something bigger. I feel it helps me connect to other people with similar interests and passions. Nanaimo has a little bit of something for everybody, and I think it does that little bit of everything really well. It's a place where you can discover passions that you didn't even know you had.
It gives you city life and gives you wilderness life all at the same time. It has both fresh water and salt water with easy access. You don't have to travel more than 10 to 15 minutes to be on a body of water, no matter where you live. You can either be out on the ocean fishing in 15-20 minutes, or you can be on Long Lake like we are today, enjoying some trout and bass fishing.
With diving around this area, Nanaimo or British Columbia in general, it's actually rated in the top in the world. Part of the reason that we have so much life here is the colder water with lots of nutrients in the water. One of our very popular activities we do is snorkeling with seals, and certain times of year when we get the sea lions coming by us, 2,000-pound sea lion coming right up to you a few inches away from you, just amazing. You think you're swimming along great in the water and this thing comes and does a somersault in front of you and just takes off. And you realize how small in the ocean you actually are.
The best part about owning a tour company is getting to show everyone the reasons why we live here in Nanaimo. I love the culture and natural wonders here in Nanaimo, and I love being able to see it for the first time every day through the eyes of our guests. Yeah, Nanaimo really is in the center of everything.
I'm really passionate about regenerative agriculture because that's what farming is all about. Some of the most exciting things for me in Nanaimo are the harvest, when there's all this abundance and we're able to take our food and set it out into the community. And when we go out for dinner sometimes, we get to see our food being served to us and served to our community, and there's a lot of excitement around that. At the markets we sell at in Nanaimo, there are over 200 vendors who participate, and you can do your full spectrum of shopping at these markets. And so you're invited to come to the market.
Currently, right now, we're concentrated on sourcing all our ingredients from mid-Vancouver Island. We like to utilize what we can get from local farmers. Breweries, wineries, and distilleries in Nanaimo have really exploded in the last few years. We've got a couple great wineries. Just down the road from us at the Longwood, we've got a distillery that makes some world-class gin, vodka, and even absinthe, which is pretty rare these days. We've got 3 breweries in town, 1 brew pub. You can really occupy a lot of your time traveling from one drink establishment to another. We've got pretty much everything here.
Well, we're sitting here at Piper's Lagoon, which is one of these little hidden gems that a lot of people don't know about, but I'm often known as the Big Cheese, and I coined the name the Big Cheese not long after I started the store. There's a pretty good variety of establishments in Nanaimo now. There's some really excellent places to eat now in Nanaimo which are doing quite nicely. We have shopping. We have all the well-known brands, but we also have a cute little downtown area with lots of independent businesses. Well, I think the location makes it very special. The abundance of parks and activities and outdoor fresh air things, and everyone who moves here from somewhere else comments on how welcoming the people are. And I think that's one thing that makes Nanaimo very special, is the welcoming and the amount of stuff there is to do.
With its dramatic and diverse landscapes, including forests like this, Nanaimo offers so much. Impressive coastlines? Yeah, we got that. Rolling hills? Rugged mountains? Yeah, we got that too.
I'm more of a country mouse than a city mouse, and Nanaimo, the city, it has enough of what I need, but just the natural beauty of it. I can feel it in the pores of my skin, I can feel it in my lungs when I breathe the air. It's just something, when I get out here and I just see trees and blue sky, it makes me happy. Yeah, my big thing every year is to go down to Nanaimo River and jump in, because the river feels like it's a healer. That beautiful fresh water and the trees around it, it cures whatever ails you, and there's nothing like it to me in the world. I've really been encouraged, especially in the last 10 years or so, that Nanaimo's recognizing the art scene a lot more and celebrating that, and there's some fantastic festivals that happen every year, and I've been lucky to be involved in a lot of those because I do live here.
Some of my passions are getting out to nature, so going for hikes to places like Ammonite Falls or Neck Point. We have one of the first wineries on Vancouver Island. We have one of the oldest brew pubs. We have a bunch of craft distilleries. I like to use Nanaimo as a base for my expeditions because it has a little something for everyone. If people want to stay in a hostel, they can. If they want to stay in a nice 4-star hotel, they can. And most people love the different variety of accommodations we have.
What surprises visitors in Nanaimo is the abundance of wildlife and the immense natural beauty. I like to go explore all the different islands because they have trails and glorious forests to see, but they all have these little bays and secret little gems. And so if you're into exploring, you get a lot out of it. My absolute favorite place in Nanaimo is Newcastle Island, or as the Nanaimo First Nations call it, Seisuchin.
Nature is a big part of it, because when you're going to carve something for the longhouse, which is in our traditional dances and things, my dad will bring me up the mountain, talk to the trees, talk to the water, thank them, and just stay up there. Sometimes it's 4 days you stay there and bath, cleanse yourself, get your mind straight so there's no doubt or meanness in your mind. So just pure things go into the thing that you're carving for the longhouse.
In Nanaimo, culture is alive and well with rich history, strong arts community, great food, craft beer, renowned wine and spirits, as well as exciting and unique festivals and events. All of this comes hand in hand.
(4-1) Titans over the Pioneers after 20 minutes. Welcome back inside Frank Crane Arena in lovely Nanaimo, British Columbia, everybody. My name's Teddy Jenner, and this is Game 2 of Day 5. The 2018 President's Cup between Ladner and Oakville. Oakville 3-1, Ladner 3-2. This game has a lot of meaning in the standings moving forward. It's been the transition game of the Titans that has really been the Achilles heel for this Pioneer squad, as they scored 3 in transition, 2 from Cree Blakely and 1 from Jamie McMahon, who almost had another on a clear breakaway. So the Pioneers will try and claw their way back in this game. Lots of lacrosse left to be played, and we're underway here in the second. Loose ball grabbed there by Spencer Bromley. He has the lone Pioneers goal. And here comes Cody Nass. Down into the corner. Kirkby doesn't have anyone to pass to. Now will come near side Bromley. Brian Poole. 4 on the shot clock. Poole, that one deflected, won't get on net. And so it will be Titans possession. After this game at 2 o'clock, Dan Marshall will bring you Onondaga versus St. Albert. Outside shot, kicked aside by McDonald. Loose ball, grabbed there by Sam Clare. Now it's the Pioneers' turn to run. Clare runs right through his man. He gets taken to the ground as Sam Clare tried to initiate the contact, and he was knocked to the ground by Jordan Gillis. Barakoff. We're going to work with Tom Johnson. Barakoff skips it over to Tyler Kirkby. Gets a pick from Ryan Keith. Barakoff has it now near side. Shot, missed short side. That'll be another 30 violation for Ladner. And so the Titans will start it all the way at center. And here comes Cree Blakely, who has a pair here already. Far side, Eddie Renault. Shot, scores! Through a screen, and Renault has his first of the game. And the Titans score first in the second, a minute and a half in. It's now 5-1. And that's 4 straight for Oakville. So Eddie Renault with a low-to-low blast past Brody McDonald. And now it'll be Poole and Heidecker at the dot. Poole wins it. It will bounce it to Davidson. Now near side Bromley. Off the bench is Ryan Keith. Keith with a head of steam gets in the middle, takes a shot. Oh, and he runs right into Craig Wendy. And Ryan Keith mixing it up. Now bodies coming together in the corner as Wendy is still down. And so let's hope Craig Wendy is going to be okay. Ryan Keith goes right off the floor. Are they not giving him a penalty? So we'll wait and see. But Ryan Keith is off the floor. Wendy is still down, being attended to by the trainer, Dana Flatt. So the officials talking it over with both captains. Wendy slowly starting to move down there. (5-1) Titans, 18-18 remaining in the period. And so the officials will go over towards the benches and have talks with both coaches. And so it looks like they're trying to explain to the Titans bench what their ruling is going to be. More important, let's just hope that Craig Wendy is going to be okay. He's onto his knees, taking a sip of water. And still no penalties put up on the board at all. And so now the officials will go over and talk with Ross Freilich. And Wendy is up, putting his helmet back on, and the kid's going to be okay. That's good to see because he has been one of the best goaltenders in this entire tournament. especially a tournament that's filled with the likes of McDonald and Patterson and Dubinsky and Miller and Bold. Craig Wendy is a name to look out for in the future. And it looks like he's going to be just fine as he'll walk it off. And I really don't think there's going to be any penalties here, which is remarkable. So officials still talking with Ross Freilich on the far side. And so we're going to see what the call. It's got to be Oakville ball. No penalties, 5-on-5. Unbelievable. Not even a rough, not even a push from behind or a goal interference, nothing. So Wendy's okay. It's going to start down there with Cree Blakely. And Clint Jacobs just having a few more words with Blakely. Now we're back to live action. Let's hope that doesn't turn this game sour. But anytime a goaltender is contacted, there's always thoughts of retribution. There's Apers. Lee faked it, skipped it over, tuck shot, save McDonald. That was off the stick of Jordan Gillis. Off of McDonald into the netting. Possession will stay here with the Titans. Ryan Johnson will take it in the corner. Blakely skips it far side. Nolan Apers gets a pick from Gillis. Apers, Blakely, trying to find somebody. Seam pass, shot. That one just went wide off the stick of Nolan Apers. Blakely has the rebound. 10 on the shot clock. Gets a pick from Matt Lee. Blakely, and then tried to fire it in the corner, but it's going to be grabbed there by Nathan Henare. And then Henare throws it off the boards to Peter McFetrich. He's bumped there by Blakely. Turnover, Titans. Blakely trying to go 5-hole. Easy save there by McFetrich. By McDonald, and McFetrich almost chucked it into his own net. Brian Poole, far side. Behind the net, Nass. Up top, Tom Johnson. Johnson gets a pick. He'll shoot. Save Craig Wendy. All the way down the floor, all alone, Mancini. Mancini on a break. Pump fake. Shot. Save. Brody McDonald. Penalty coming up to the Pioneers. Too many men. And we will get our first power play of the game. And it will go to Oakville. And the more I watch this Titans squad, the more I'm seeing why they're getting so many transition opportunities. And that case in point, when Johnson fired that outside shot, Mancini just took off and went down the floor, not worrying about whether his goalie made the save or not, or his team had the ball or not. He was just gone down the floor and then took that pass from Wendy and was turned aside by McDonald, but his team will go to the power play. Renault, Apers, Gillis top center, near side lead, down in the corner, Cree Blakely. Lee, Gillis, back to Lee, Apers. Into the corner, Eddie Renault. He'll shoot, scores, 5-hole pass, McDonald. A power play goal, it's 6-1 Oakville. And Brody McDonald has been fantastic all tournament for the Pioneers, but unfortunately tonight, the Titans seem to have his number. To the face-off dot we go. Ben Heidecker against Ian Poole. Loose ball, won there by the Titans. Obicus up ahead. Dropped there by Wallace. He takes a chop from Davidson. Ball loose, picked up there on the far side. And what are we going to get? As bodies come together now on the far side, Wallace is mixed up with somebody. And as both the referees went over to the situation in the corner, Nathan Henare gave a low back check to Cook. When undetected by the 2 referees, the 3rd official saw it, but I don't think he's allowed to call that. Maybe a roughing and a face mask. We'll wait for the official announcement. 2 goes up on the board to Wallace. 2 goes up on the board to Davidson, so we'll play 4 aside. And again, the officials, I understand they want to get into situations like that where 2 guys are grabbing each other, but they got to pay attention to the other players on the floor, because that's when things can turn nasty and ugly. And I'm glad the 3rd referee was there to pay attention. Poole, shot, knocked down by the stick of McMahon. Loose ball, grabbed there by Obickus. Check that, gauge board. Obickus is ahead of him. Here's Ryan Johnson, inside, shot, kick save there by Brody McDonald. Loose ball, Claire. Claire running. Doesn't have anybody with him. He'll fake the shot, pull it out. Get a pick there from Dylan Lacroix. Claire, check, has it in the corner. Being watched there by Board. Swim move to the ground. He'll flip it up to Lacroix. Lacroix, 8 on the shot clock. Kirkby. Shot, save, Craig Wendy. Has Ryan Johnston ahead of him. He'll go there now. And Johnson will slow it across center. 53 seconds remaining on the Coincidental Miners. Here's Jordan Gillis. Gets a pick from Nolan Apers. Skips it across Blakely. Trying to spin underneath. Good defense there by Nathan Hanair. Blakely gets underneath. Short side, scores! What a move from Cree Blakely as he walked right past Nathan Hanair. Give him 3. It's 7-1 Oakville. A 4-on-4 goal. And so Heidecker and Wyatt Pinder will take this draw. Heidecker wins it cleanly. But it's going to go out of play, so possession will go to Ladner. Here's Pinder. Barikoff. Surveys, has Kirkby backside. Pass doesn't connect. They'll call him in the crease. And so it'll start with Trevor Smythe. Jordan Gillis picked up the assist on Blakely's 3rd of the game. Matt Lee gives it off to Ryan Johnston. Johnson gets a couple of picks. Thought about a shot, can't get one off. Gives it to Lee. Backs his man in. Bouncer, that almost went short side on McDonald. Loose ball grabbed by Poole. He'll float it ahead. Davidson out of the box. Back to 5 aside. Davidson gives it off to Cody Cox. Couple guys steaming off the bench. Johnson to Keith, and he couldn't handle the pass. Now Keith being worked over there by Mancini. Keith backs his way in and scores. Nice goal there by Ryan Keith. That stops the Oakville run. And the big man makes it 7-2 as he just worked his way in right on top of the crease. Took advantage of the size matchup against Cam Mancini and puts it far side over the shoulder. It's a 5-goal game at 7-2. Back to the dot. Heidecker. And he'll battle against Poole. Heidecker wins it. Loose ball. Grabbed there by Trevor Smythe. Smythe loses his footing. Nice stick check there by Bromley. Bromley has someone open on the backside. It's Ian Poole. He'll shoot in that one. Missed the top corner. Will go up and out of play. And it's going to be Oakville possession. This game continues to get chippy. Now here's Cree Blakely. He's out there with Matt Lee, who has it now. Lee will skip it far side. Renault, shot, save McDonald. Rebound, scores! Nolan Apers picked up that juicy rebound off the McDonald save, and he deposits it into the empty net. A goal in quick rebuttal from the Titans, and it's 8-2. $13-16 remaining. Heidecker and Poole to the face-off dot. Off the draw, Heidecker wins it deep into the Pioneer zone. Giving chase is Obickus. He spins away from trouble and will go towards Cook on the far side. Wallace. They'll call it an unassisted goal from Apers. And Cheney sets a pick for Blakely. Now we got a penalty coming up. There's Mancini and Sam Clare mix it up. And so it looks like the only penalty going is an illegal cross check to Cam Mancini. And so the Pioneers will head to the power play. And a chance to make this a 5-goal game again. Down in the corner, all the way around the horn, Poole. Johnson, Bearkoff, Johnson, Poole, Kirkby, Poole. Now there comes some movement from the Pioneers. Johnson, down low. That pass knocked down by the stick of McMahon. Kirkby, Poole. Johnson floated it. Poole sticks broken. Johnson, Bearkoff, short side shot, save, loose ball. And to be grabbed there by the captain. No, that's Brett Obickus, and we'll call interference away from the play on Blaze McCullough. And here come the Pioneers on the power play again. Ryan Keith to Johnson. Double seal, Kirkby. Shot, scores! Good movement on the power play there by Ladner. Double seal, and Kirkby goes down the backside. It's 8-3. .12:08 remaining here in the second period. Ladner trying to climb back, and they really need this win. They fell to Nanaimo last night in a fantastic game between the two West Coast Senior B teams. Poole wins that draw, takes a chop, and then we'll throw it to Nathan Hanair. Bromley, far side, Kirkby. Kirkby works his way in. Johnson chucks it into the corner. Lacroix gets a pick. Far side, outside shot, never made it on target. Loose ball. Titans gonna run up ahead. Can Smythe run onto it? He takes it off the boards nicely, and being checked there by Cody Cox. Good defense by Cody Cox to knock the ball free. Now body still batting, grabbed there by Smythe. And then Smythe will throw it back towards the bench, where it's held there by Wallace. 10 on the shot clock. Wallace saved McDonald as the shot clock was winding down, and McDonald will get the whistle. Now Pinder will bounce it to Bromley, and he's met there by Gage. Loose ball. Bearkoff couldn't find it. Picked up by Jamal Shears. Titans running. Board. Renault. Shot saved there by McDonald. Loose ball. Grabbed by Sam Clare. Sam Clare is going to run. Out of the bench comes Keith. Johnson. Backdoor roll. Shot, scores! Johnson finally gets one past Craig Wendy. He's had numerous opportunities. It's now a 4-goal game. 8-4. So McFetridge out just having some words with a couple of the officials. Just to get some clarification on things. Poole and Heidecker. And Poole wins it, bounces it back to Hanair. Hanair goes towards the benches to Davidson. Here's Dylan Lacroix. Watched by Smythe. Lacroix backing his man in, gets a pick from Johnson. McFetridge, Kirkby. Kirkby, shot goes wide. Johnson. And Brody McDonald picks up the secondary assist on Johnson's goal. That ball went out of play, so it'll be Titans possession. Here's Ryan Johnston. Johnston. Fake the pass to Matt Lee, still has it. We'll go far side, Eddie Renault. Renault tucks it in. Good defense there by Gobrecht. Backside look, Johnston. 5 on the shot clock. And Johnson will throw one on target. That one just bounced wide. It'll bounce all the way down the floor. Brian Poole has it by the Pioneers bench. Barkov gets a pick from Johnson. Johnson wide open, try to go far side, and Wendy makes that save. Ball loose, grabbed by Keith. Backside look, Johnson tried to one-time it, but he was in the crease. Wendy quickly up ahead. Dong doesn't have anybody cutting through the middle, so he'll slow it up and go back to Cam Mancini. Mancini slowing things up. Watch there by Hanair. Shot. Oh, he tried to go short side. McDonald got a leg pad on it. Reset to 30. Renault. Wallace. Wallace inside. Doesn't connect with Board. And then McDonald was trying to throw it long, but Hanair pulled up. Pinder. Kirkby. Shot saved by Wendy. Loose ball grabbed by Dylan Lacroix. And he'll come near side to Ian Poole. Passes to brother Bryant. Now Tom Johnson, who has the latest goal for Ladner, making it 8-4. Under 9 minutes to play in the second. Backside look to Tom Johnson on a nice give and go, but again, he's called in the crease. And here comes Trevor Smythe. Poole and Finley bumping. Blakely to Lee. Apers. Cree Blakely. Matt Lee on his wrong side. Spins away from trouble. Feeds Apers. Double clutch. Faked it. Has McDonald down. Shooting. Oh, what a save. It actually never made it on target. McFetridge going to go for a run. McFetridge picks it up off the sideboards. Has Ryan Keith out of the gate. Ryan Keith. Pump fake. Oh, what a save by Craig Wendy. Keith tried to bring it back short side. And Wendy held his ground and got the right elbow on it. Here's Obickus. Stutter steps. Obickus inside holding call coming up. Scoop shot saved there by McDonald. And a smart play there by Brett Obickus as he had Wyatt Pinder all over him and just decided to take it to the net, drew the penalty. And the Titans will head back to the power play where they already have one goal here tonight. 7:47 in regulation. Jordan Gillis will start with it at center, out there with Lee, Blakely, Apers, and in the corners Eddie Renault. Gillis, Lee, down low, Cree Blakely. Lee gets it right back. Here comes some movement from the Titans. Diagonal feed off the stick of Renault, loose ball. And nice job there by Matt Lee. Outside shot, Blakely scores! And he gets right in the face of Cody Cox. Another power play goal. It's 9-4. And Cree Blakely is having himself a lacrosse game. That's his fourth for number 4. And Brody McDonald will make the long walk to the Ladner bench. And he's going to go extra close to the Titans bench and stare everybody down. And McDonald unhappy. Chucks the stick down the hallway, and here comes Zach Wickett. So Wickett will make his first appearance in this game, second of the tournament. He was an MVP for Ladner a few games ago. And so Heidecker and Ian Poole will face off again. Poole wins it, flips it to himself. Try to get to the middle, give it off to his brother, Brian Poole. Unassisted goal for Blakely. Inside, oh, that was a nice backhand feed to Pinder, but he put it wide. And here come the Titans. Wallace shoots it, puts it wide. And then that one will bounce up and out of play. And here come the Pioneers the other way. These red Pioneer jerseys always throw me off. My mind wants to say Nanaimo. Oh, great check there from Wallace to yard sale Bearkoff. Up ahead, that pass just out of the reach of Board. Bounces to Wickett. He'll float one right underneath me to Dylan Lacroix. Lacroix to center. Far side, Brian Poole. Gets a pick from Hanair, feeds Johnson. Delayed penalty coming up here on the Titans. And it's going to be a high sticking call to Dong. So another power play chance here for Ladner. And Brody McDonald is going to make his way back in between the pipes. A nice job by Wickett to hold the fort, and back in comes McDonald. A fiery one is 50 in red. But when he's on, he's really tough to beat. And unfortunately here for him, the Titans have just kind of had his number. Johnson down in the corner. Bearkoff gets it right back. Top center, Poole. Johnson. Poole. Pretty stagnant here from the Pioneers. Johnson, low shot, save Wendy, who was out well to the top of his crease. Under 6 to play in the period. Kirkby. Bearkoff. Tom Johnson. Here comes some movement. Johnson, Kirkby, shot. That one went wide. And the Pioneers saying there was a touch. The officials say no. And here comes Brett Olbickus. The Titans will try to kill. Olbickus. No double as of yet. Olbickus will float it far side, Eddie Renault. Gillis being worked over there by Jake Carey. Renault, far side, double team, splits it, holds on to it, still has it, ball pops free, and it'll be picked up there by Ian Poole. Gobrecht mixing up with Renault. Titans bench wants a call, not going to get one. Here comes the Pioneer power play. Johnson. Down low, Bearkoff. Now Ryan Keith. Poole back to Keith. Keith sets a pick for Poole and then a seal. Poole shoot 5-hole, kick to side Wendy. 25 on the penalty. Now Keith. Poole. Keith shoots it off the post. And then a tough bounce there for Poole, grabbed by Blaze McCullough. And he's going to run. And McCullough's going to eat possession here and kill off the final 7. McCullough, Olbickus. Watch there, and now we're back to even. Olbickus working away from Bearkoff. Takes a chop. And we'll flip it to Johnston. 5 aside, 9-4 Titans leading the Pioneers. Johnston. Blakely, far side. Gage Board. Lee, shot right on target, save. Sam Clare has it. Should have probably been a penalty there on Lee as he checked Sam Clare in the crease. Now here's a shot by Pinder, goes wide. And the Titans are going to run. And nice hit there by Nathan Hanair as he took his man down right as Finley caught it. Ball loose. And it'll be grabbed there by Eli Gobrecht. Gobrecht takes the chop from Finley. Dylan Lacroix. Cody Cox on the offensive end, banging and crashing. Lacroix. Pass goes awry from Kirkby as Lacroix was cutting. Finley will leave it there for Cree Blakely. He's working on a 4-goal night as Blakely. Watched there by Sam Clare. Blakely will shoot a little skip shot, picked up by Clare off the McDonald save. And the Clare will float it up ahead. Poole had to use all of his 5'8" reach to grab that one. McFetrich. Fetridge all the way near side. Johnson. He'll get a pick from Bromley. Bromley rolls. Stops. Shot far side. Oh, what a save. Craig Wendy stayed right with him. All the way up ahead. Jamal Shears. That pass just out of his reach. And McDonald will find it. And give it off to Davidson. Davidson. Too many men called on Ladner. Loose ball will be grabbed there by Jamie McMahon. 2-on-1. Board. Aper shoots and scores, and Ladner just continuing to beat themselves by not getting off the floor. And this transition game of the Titans has been dynamic here today. .2:14 remaining. It's 10-4 Oakville. And I think many thought this game was going to be closer than it is. But you got to say the play of Craig Wendy between the pipes for the Titans has been a huge factor. And also the fact that Cree Blakely has been shooting the lights out. Quick wipe the floor down by McDonald's crease. We'll go back to the face-off dot. Heidecker and Wyatt Pinder. Heidecker wins it cleanly to himself, goes all the way back into his zone to Smythe and gets it right back. Smythe. McMahon and Board pick up the assists on the goal by Apers. Now far side, Eddie Renault. Renault spins away, takes a shot, leg save. McDonald, oh, he didn't know it was between his legs. And now here comes Pinder. Pinder with speed. He's got a trailer in Kirkby, doesn't move it. Pinder. Late man is Dylan Lacroix. Tom Johnson. Skips it, Kirkby. Ryan Keith setting a seal pick, and then Kirkby lost it. Up ahead of the floor, Brandon Wallace. Wallace will slow things up. Give it off to Ryan Johnson. Late man is Blakely. And the Titans are in no rush. Johnston. Watch side there by Sam Clare. Johnston inside Lee, one-handed. And Brody McDonald grabs Matt Lee by the head. As officials come in. And I think cooler heads will prevail. And the referees are going to take a bunch of guys here. While there's like 15 players on the floor, the officials got to make sure players aren't taking liberties. As Gobrecht and Matt Lee exchange words on the way to the penalty box. 2 minutes each roughing. So we'll have 4-on-4 for the final minute of regulation. Brian Poole will start with it at center. He's out there with Bearcoff, Johnson, and that's Cody Nass in the far corner. There's Bearcoff. Far side, Poole gets a pick from Nass. Poole runs off the pick. Poole trying to find a lane. Inside feed. Johnson scores! Great ball cut by Tom Johnson. That's his second, a 4-on-4 goal. And it's 10-5 with 42.3 to go. Heidecker and Poole at the draw. Still 4-on-4. Titans leading by 5. Heidecker wins it cleanly behind him. Loose ball grabbed there by Spencer Bromley. He's not going to force it. It'll go all the way back to Davidson. Kirkby. Bearcoff. Bearcoff off a pick, tried to flip it to Bromley. Loose ball. And the Titans will call timeout with 19.3 in the period. And they'll be able to hold for last shot. So let's see what the Titans can draw up here, 6-on-5. Brody McDonald will head for a drink of water. Let's see. We'll fill you on the remaining schedule here on day 5. Up next, Onondaga versus St. Albert at 2. And then we'll have Capital Region Axemen against Caughnawaga. And then it'll be Oakville and Nanaimo in the late game at 8 o'clock. So 19.3. McDonald will make his way back between his pipes. And Jordan Gillis will start with it deep in his own zone. Gillis, Johnston, Blakely, Renault, and Apers out there. And the Pioneers just going to make a quick personnel change as Ian Poole comes on. Here's Gillis, 13. Gillis, Johnston, Renault, shot scores! With 5.6 to go, Eddie Renault gets his second. And Oakville gets one late. And a sneaky little shot there from Eddie Renault. Put it short side past Brody McDonald. And so Heidecker and Poole will battle for this face-off with 5.6 remaining in regulation. Still 4-on-4 for a minute 7. And Heidecker and Poole will just go to a stalemate, and that's the way the period is going to end. It was 4-1 Oakville after 1. They quickly jumped out to a 7-1 lead. The teams would trade goals all the way to 8-4, and then Ladner would score 3 of the last 4, making it 11-5. The period will start 4-on-4 for a full minute. After that, who knows what's going to happen. Titans lead the Pioneers by 6, 11-5. My name's Teddy Jenner. Find me on Twitter at @OffTheCrossbar. We'll be back with third period action in 10 minutes from Nanaimo, BC, right here on LaxAllStars. Back inside Frank Crane. Third period coming up between the Pioneers and Titans. And it looks like Brody McDonald's night is done as Zach Wickett heads between the pipes for the Pioneers as they trail 11-5. And the period will start 4-on-4 as Gobrecht and Lee will start in the box. 1:01 remaining on their coincidental minors. And so 20 minutes of regulation left. Oakville 3-1, Ladner 3-2. A big game for both of these teams. For Oakville, a win puts them in a tie with the Miners, who play next. And for Ladner, they need a win just to kind of stay in the playoff picture, along with Nanaimo and Oakville. Those are the three teams really battling it out for third and fourth, as Cognawaga and the Miners should finish 1-2. But still a lot of lacrosse left to be played. Today and tomorrow, the final day of the round robin. Here's Gillis. Drives. Check that. That's Obicus. Through a screen. Bouncer. Save. Wicket. And Wicket's got it stuck in his gear. And there's the hidden ball. And it'll be Tyler Kirkby with it. A 7-goal period for Oakville in the seconds, really blown this game open. Here's Kirkby. Gets a pick, skips it up top, Bearkoff. Gets a pick from Lacrosse. Bearkoff shot knocked down by the stick of Trevor Smythe. And then Smythe will bat it ahead to board. We're back to 5 aside as Gobrecht and Lee step out of the box. And the official is counting the shot clock because it was inadvertently reset. Far corner Lee, 15 on the shot clock. Lee, pass doesn't connect, loose ball. Nice job there by Gobrecht to climb the ladder and find it. Here come the Pioneers, 4-on-3. Gobrecht, Pinder, a nice job by the Titans to get back on D and knock Pinder on his backside and cause the turnover. Here's Cook. Jake Cook wearing 18 in two-tone blue. Cook gets a pick from Eddie Renault. Gives it off to Gillis. Now Renault in the corner. Renault thought about it. Gives it off to Blakely. Shot, save, Wicket. Here comes Jake Carey. Bobbled it off the boards, but he'll finally grab it. Leave it there for Ryan Keith. Keith to Johnson, who has a pair here tonight. Johnson. Pick set, inside feed, Lacrosse, and he bobbled it. Oh, and then Craig Wendy had to be careful to find that one. And he'll float it up to Brendan Wallace. Wallace will fake the flip to Blakely. He's being watched closely by Sam Clare. Matt Lee. Shot through a screen, bouncer goes wide, loose ball, grab McFetridge. He's going to run with Lee right on his heels. McFetridge tried to flip, but it's grabbed there by the Titans. They're going the other way. Board with Apers, 4-on-2. Board, Apers, and he dropped it. And then Apers will flip it up to Obicus. He's bumped there by McFetridge. Lee now. And he'll go Cree Blakely far side, 13 on the shot clock. Blakely, Board, got to shoot it, 5-4, Board working, he'll shoot, never made it on target. It hit Nathan Hanair. So a 30 violation. And the loose ball will start with Tom Johnson right in front of the Titans and Pioneers bench. Johnson Near side, Brian Poole, quickly in feed. Shot, great save again, Craig Wendy, as he denied Spencer Bromley on a fantastic off-ball cut. And Craig Wendy continues to be one of the stories of the 2018 President's Cup. Here's Jake Cook. Gets a pick, Cook drives, shoots, scores! No, they'll call him in the crease. Great effort from Jake Cook. And here comes Ladner. Wyatt Pinder runs past Eddie Renault. Pinder doesn't have numbers, so he'll pull it out. Now faces a double team. And now what are they going to call? Interference? And it's going to be Ladner possession. So possession will start here with Ryan Keith. The big man will come off a pick from Poole. Johnson far side now. Into the corner, Dylan Lacroix. Underneath roll, Lacroix reaches, shoots, save Wendy. And Wendy was bumped into again. And it wouldn't surprise me that once this game becomes more locked up, that you might see the Titans pull Craig Wendy in favor of Jesse Legault, just to give their number one a rest and keep them healthy and safe, because they got a big game against Nanaimo coming up later this evening. Nolan Apers will go cross floor. Johnston, shot, scores! First of the period, and Ryan Johnson's first of the night. It's 12-5 Oakville. .38 remaining here in the third period. Titans now leading it by 7. And we'll go to the face-off dot with Heidecker and Ian Poole. Ben Heidecker wears 6 in the two-tone blue. Ian Poole, 10 in red with black and white. Heidecker wins it. Body's battling. It's going to get kicked there to Hanair. Now Pinder with a head of steam. Wyatt Pinder pivots, turns back. Late man Kirkby. Pinder pivots and had a stick checked right at the last minute. Renault and Apers pick up assists. Here come the Titans. Penalty coming up there to Sam Clares. He knocked down Cree Blakely way away from the ball. Here's Renault. Matt Lee mixing it up in there with the Pioneers defense. Johnston, Apers, shot, scores! Apers from distance goes 5-hole on wicket. It's 13-5 Titans. And this game is slowly starting to get chippier and chippier, especially on every stoppage of play. And the refs really got to be careful that this thing doesn't boil over. And the best way to do that, in my opinion, as a guy who's played in a lot of chippy games, and a bench minor now given to the Titans. So the Pioneers will head to the power play. But as I was saying, the easiest way to curtail guys doing extracurricular crap, give them 10s. Take them off the floor, let them think about it, and move on. That way you don't have to get all this extra stuff. Grab guys, give them 2, give them 10, whatever you want, but you got to start setting a precedence where all this extra stuff's going to continue to go as Ryan Keith and Matt Lee are barking at each other across the bench. And Ryan Keith telling Matt Lee, step on the floor. So let's hope things don't get nasty here. It's been a very, very clean President's Cup so far, but now that we're deep into the tournament, So the goal's good. That came off the stick of Apers. And then a bench minor unsportsmanlike conduct. Going to be served by Kevin Dong. And the Pioneers will head to the power play, trailing by 8. Keith and Lee still chirping. Poole down low, inside. Johnson missed the pass. Ball loose. Picked up there by Kirkby. Kirkby. Poole drags, fakes, shoots, missed. And Jamal Shears is going to run onto this one. And then nice job there by Cody Nass to sprint back and grab it. And they'll call 30-second violation on the Pioneers. Olbickus down to Board. Double teamed. Board keeps his feet moving, still has possession of it. Now the ball falls free. Delayed penalty coming up off the ball. And that's going to be Poole, who's mixing up with Lee. Now Poole rips his head off and going to go right at Lee. And Lee's ready to go. As he has been sort of the main antagonist for the Pioneers team. And he's gotten under a lot of guys' skin here today. And Poole is furious. I don't think they're going to give a penalty to Matt Lee at all. I don't really think he did anything. And now they will give a penalty to Matt Lee. So he'll walk to the box. Poole and Lee still chirping in the penalty box right underneath us. There was an original penalty coming to Ian Poole on a slash. And so the officials still just trying to figure all this out. Again, just got to be careful they're keeping an eye on everybody on the floor. And so the officials are just explaining things to the captains. And I think they're just trying to tell both captains to relay the message, we're not going to take any more crap. But there's an original penalty up on the board to Dong. That's got 1:17 left. There's 7 minutes on the board for Poole. 2 minutes for Slash, and I'm going to say 5 minutes roughing, maybe even a face mask. And then 4 goes up on the board for Matt Lee. And so we'll wait for the official announcement. And it's going to be Oakville possession. It'll be 4-on-3 in favor of Ladner for 1:17. And then we'll have some extended 4-on-4 lacrosse. Freilich, the Pioneers coach, just trying to get some clarification from the officials. Now Ryan Keith comes out for some clarification. And I'm not sure why this is so hard. It was pretty obvious. And Freilich still exchanging words with the officials. And this is just laying things and slowing this game up with 14-15 remaining in the third period. Just watching Cody Cox just shadowing Ryan Johnston. Walking right on his heels. He gave Matt Lee 2 for roughing, 2 for taunting. I don't think I've ever heard a taunting penalty. And they're going to give Poole 2 for roughing, 5 for fighting. And Ryan Keith will go over and explain things to his coaching staff. And so it looks like everything's sorted. Gauge board will start with it. And the Titans will try to kill some time here. Indeed, it was a 2 for slash, 5 for face mask on Poole. Board still has it. Loose ball finally knocked free, and then that'll be an interference call on Gage board. Ladner possession. Here's the captain, Dan McDermott. So 4-on-3 now to the power play. Go the Pioneers. They trail by 8. Need to start scoring goals in a hurry. Cox, shot, save, Wendy, loose ball. He's able to find that in his crease. Now he's got to find somebody to pass to. And he'll go near side Obicus. Gets over the timeline. And they got 24 seconds to kill on the Dong penalty. And then we'll have some extended 4-on-4 time. Eddie Renault. Claire on him for a double. Wrap check. Renault. Ball comes loose. Renault still battling. Can he get there? He does. Flips it in front. Oh, and that would have been a wide open opportunity for Cam Mancini, but he dropped it. And now we're even for 2:35 of 4-on-4 lacrosse. Here comes Kirkby. Runs off a pick, trying to find Nass. Can't. Barakoff. Johnson sets a pick. Barakoff shot. Kicked aside by Wendy. Loose ball. Barakoff will find it. Reset the 30. Nass. Tyler Kirkby. Barakoff. Shot. Saved. He had the goaltender going the other way, but Wendy stuck the left arm out and keeps it an 8-goal spread. Brandon Wallace will chuck it into the corner. Ryan Johnston. Wallace will go for a change and get another righty out there. 10 on the shot clock. Johnston. Looking backside. Apers. 4. Shot. That one goes wide. And it'll go up and out of play. So Ladner will take it. Here's Brian Poole. Poole tries to get underneath. He does. Try to go 5-hole. Save there, Craig Wendy. He's got a sort of Christian Del Bianco look to him, does Craig Wendy. Of course, Del Bianco. MVP of the Minto Cup that just finished. Outside shot there by Renault, turned aside by Wicket. Fresh 30 here for the Titans. A minute remaining on the penalty to Matt Lee. Then they'll have a 3-minute power play. But first, it's Cree Blakely with another one. It's 14-5 as Blakely gets his 5th of the contest. .11:05 remaining here in regulation. Again, 50 seconds remaining on the double minors to Matt Lee. And then once he's out, it'll be a 3-minute power play for the Titans. Eddie Renault with the only assist. Obickus. Obickus working inside feed just out of the reach of Jordan Gillis. 5 on the shot clock. Gillis got to put one on target. Backhand flip, and then wisely, Obickus doesn't try and shoot it on net. Now the Pioneers being pressured deep in their own zone. Hanair going to run it up the floor. Johnson gets a pick from Hanair. Johnson shoots, kicked aside. And that loose ball will be grabbed by Trevor Smythe. Lee is out of the box. 3-minute power play for the Titans with almost 10 minutes to go here in the third. Pinder bobbles it. Board giving chase. Grabbed there by Jamie McMahon. And the Titans power play will go to work. Here's Cree Blakely. Working on a 5-goal night. Blakely holds on to it. Hidden ball trick. Pioneers seek it out. Now here's Apers. Down low in the corner, Renault. Up top, Johnson. Pass took a deflection. 3 on the shot clock. And Apers will just chuck it into the corner. McFetridge will bring it out for the Pioneers. 10 seconds to get over the timeline. Kirkby will get there in a matter of seconds. And then he'll give it far side Cody Nass. Back to Kirkby. No double from the Titans quite yet. They just be content to let Ladner kill some time here. Inside feed to Johnson. Again, another nice save from Wendy. Up ahead, Jamie McMahon. Under 2 minutes to go on the power play. 9 minutes in regulation. Gillis runs away from Jake Carey. Gives it off to Blakely. Top center, Nolan Apers. Ryan Johnston. Apers. Down low, Blakely. Diagonal feed, Gillis. Pass knocked down. And it's grabbed there by Jake Carey. Jake Carey's going to run. Doesn't have anybody with him, so he'll roll out. Won't force it. And now we'll go far side. Lacroix trying to get underneath. 1:05. Oh, Lacroix dunks it and he scores. Caught Craig Wendy looking the other way. Nice goal there from Dylan Lacroix. A short-handed marker. 14-6 is your score. And so the Titans just kind of getting a clarification from the official on that goal call. But Lacroix was within his legal rights to reach around like that as long as his feet don't cross the goal line before it goes in. And as long as he doesn't hit the post with his stick or the goaltender with his stick, it's a good goal. And that's exactly what happened. He had the ball behind the net. Wendy looked the wrong way. And Lacroix just leaned in and finished it off. And Board just getting some final clarification from the officials. So we'll go to center. Heidecker and Pinder at the dot. 8:18 in regulation. Heidecker wins it, floats it back into his own zone. Smythe will give chase. He goes back into his own zone. That pass knocked down by the Pioneers as Obickus was open on the far side. Still 40 seconds on the penalty to Poole. Pinder, double team, loses possession. Ball goes to the floor. And then an interference called on Cook as he pushed Pinder's stick well away from him. And so Pinder will go to the corner to find this loose ball. Smythe and Wallace will double team. Pinder will float it near side Kirkby. Tom Johnson cuts through, couldn't find the pass. Loose ball off the glass. One hand grab there by Spencer Bromley. Seven on the penalty. Inside feed, Johnson, ball loose, grabbed by Cook. Back to 5 aside. Pools out of the box. 7 minutes in regulation. Cook takes a couple chops from Bromley. Goes back. Cree Blakely. Up ahead, Matt Lee. Johnston. Johnson will try to go 5-hole, save Wicket. And Wicket find Cox, now Jake Carey. Carey to Ryan Keith. And Keith will take a couple chops there from Gage board. Keith, shot, save. And Wendy will bounce it near side, Blaze McCullough. McCullough, give it off to the captain, Gage board. And he'll just run it into the corner, washed by Peter McFetridge. 15 on the shot clock for the Titans. Oh, a nice pass knocked down there by McFetridge. Who's going to come up with it? Can McFetridge get there? He can. He's got it. With speed. McFetridge. Pinder. Shot. Never made it on target. Took a deflection. It's going to stay here with Ladner. Here's Cody Nass. Cross center. Into the corner. Pinder. Turns the corner wide. Pinder. Shot. Put it wide. That one's going to bounce off the glass, and Brett Obickus will find it. Still surprised that Craig Wendy's in between the pipes in an 8-goal game here. I would be thinking that, especially with playing Nanaimo later tonight, that they'd want to give him a break. Here's Johnson try to jam it short side. Saved there by Wicket. Jake Carey's going to go for a run, watched by Matt Lee. Carey being harassed by Lee. And will bounce it far side, Bearkoff. Michael Bearkoff walking his way in. Ryan Keith barrels through the middle. Now Kirkby. Kirkby gets a pick from Keith. Skips it. Now Keith. Good defense there by Smith to deny Keith a glorious opportunity. Then Keith runs right into Wendy and then gives a chop to Smythe. And then Keith with an extra chop. Wendy having words with Ryan Keith. And it looks like Jesse Legault is going to go and grab the gear. Ryan Keith will head to the box. 5 each for slashing. Might as well send them both to the dressing rooms, as there's 4:55 remaining here in regulation. And here comes Jesse Legault, as Craig Wendy's night is done. So Legault will see, I believe it's his first minutes of the tournament. Just under 5 minutes to go. Titans leading it by 8. We'll play 5 aside here. Looks like we're underway. Here's Gillis. Lee. Wicket. We'll give it off to McDermott. All the way up ahead, Tom Johnson. And then it'll go all the way down to Legault as Johnson couldn't find it. Here's Board. Board got McFetridge tailing him. Runs to space. And will come near side Eddie Renault. Bench side Cree Blakely. Outside shot, Renault, what a rip, far post and in. That's 15 for the Titans as Renault gets another one. And that's 4 for Eddie Renault. He's got 4, Blakely's got 5. And the officials will just talk things over here. .409 in regulation. Still 5 aside here. Heidecker wins the draw cleanly. Into the corner go the Titans. Battling for it. Nice job to find that loose ball. Delayed penalty coming up here to the Pioneers. Oh, there's a heavy chop by Poole. And this game is just getting absolutely out of hand. There's going to be 2 penalties coming up here to the Timmerman. Poole's going to get a slash, and I believe that's Haner's going to make his way off for a high sticking call. 4 minutes remaining in regulation. And again, the referees just got to do a better job at not turning their back on the play. So, high stick to Haner, slashing call to Poole. So it'll be 5-on-3 for a full 2 minutes here. And so the Titans have an opportunity to just really put a couple more daggers into the heart of the Pioneers. Renault in the corner. Apers, Cree Blakely, and Matt Lee. Wallace will play center field. Apers, down low, Renault, Lee. One-handed flip, save, wicket, loose ball. Actually, yeah, they'll give him the reset. Apers spins away from McFetridge. All the way back to Wallace, reset. Not a bad play there by Eddie Renault, just to clear the space. Lee, Blakely, Apers. Blakely scores. What a look from Nolan Apers. Give Cree Blakely 6. It's 16-6 Oakville. .323, so that's one of the minors over. Haner will come out of the box. So it's 5-on-4 now. And just getting I'm not sure how they can take both Poole and Haner out unless Poole's out of the game. Yeah, so 5 penalties on Poole, so he's out of the game. Now, Ladner will have to send somebody to the box to serve Poole, the rest of Poole's minor. So the official over talking with Ross Freilich. Again, just giving him the explanation. So it looks like it's going to be brother Brian Poole who will come over and serve the penalty. So he's got a $127 to serve. 3:23 in regulation. A 10-goal spread here for the Titans. Off the draw. Oh, an Obickus hit push from behind. No call from the official. That's a dangerous play. And Obickus will check out the wrist and head off. Apers and Lee pick up the assist. Here's Gillis. Titans on the power play. Not sure they really noticed it. Now Gillis is battling down there. Bodies crash to the floor. McDermott dropped it. Bumps in there with Cook. Up top, Kirkby. Kirkby. Inside feed. Pass doesn't connect. And loose ball As Bearcoff wraps a couple slashes. It's going to be Ladner possession, I believe. And it is. We're just going to get a whistle here. As Clint Jacobs just comes over to the timekeeper's bench. Going to get him to put some time back on the clock and remind them that when a team is shorthanded, there's no 30-second shot clock. Kirkby. Far side, Lacrosse. Near side, Kirkby. 5 on the penalty. Here's Lacrosse backing his man in. Dylan Lacrosse. Brian Poole out of the box, back to 5-on-5. Pass picked off there by Jamie McMahon. I don't know how they missed that spear by Bearcoff right in front of the official. But Jamie McMahon will just play cat and mouse with McFetridge. 5 on the shot clock. And McMahon will just throw it down the floor. And 90 seconds remaining in regulation. So the Titans are going to improve to 4-1. Ladner will fall to 3-3. And this loss is really going to hurt their chances to get into that medal round crossover. Here's Kirkby. Skips it far side. Loose ball. Kirkby gives chase. And it's going to be grabbed there by Gage Board. Board gives it off to Obickus. Final minute of play of regulation. Obickus back to Jamie McMahon. Nathan Hanair chases him around. Cat and mouse. Now Mancini. 10 back to McMahon. And McMahon will just chuck it down the floor to the open corner. And this will be the final possession of regulation. McFetridge will walk it up, give it off to Poole. Hanair banging, crashing in the middle, trying to set some picks. McFetridge over across the floor. Sam Clare, swim move. Good help defense, 10 seconds in the period. Nathan Hanair, he's going to go. He's going to try and fight. I believe that's Brett Obickus. And so Hanair was banging, crashing, and end up grabbing Brett Obickus. They'll both head off. And I find the officials, I would just run the final 8.3. There's no real point. As the Titans bench staff just yells at his team to quiet their mouths. They don't need anybody else getting misconducts or anything like that. So the officials will figure out the penalties. Are they going to give 5 each here? Clint Jacobs and his official partners will just talk this over. They're going to say it's Ladner ball. So I guess they technically can't run it out. If it was going to be Oakville possession, they probably could have ran the clock. But McDermott will start with it at center. And McDermott will just hold on to it, let the clock expire, and the Oakville Titans are 4-1 at the 2018 President's Cup. They take it 16-6 over the Ladner Pioneers. So good sportsmanship here from both teams during the handshake lineups. Nothing extracurricular. As the Pioneers and Titans shake hands with each other and the officials. We'll get you our game MVPs and get you on your way. Dan Marshall is up next as the Miners will take on the Redhawks. As the Miners try to get back on the winning track after falling to Cognawaga last night in a fantastically well-played game. And so the officials make sure nothing extra happens. We'll get you our game MVPs. And here they are.
MVP players of the game. For the Ladner Pioneers, number 5,
Dylan Lacroix, the Pioneers MVP. He had a pair of goals tonight and really looked dangerous most of the evening, but unfortunately they ran into a stone wall called Craig Wendy.
And the Epic interwebz MVP player of the game for the Oakville Titans, number 2, Eddie Renaud.
And Eddie Renaud gets it for the Titans as he had a big night scoring 3 of his own. Actually had 4 of his own. And we'll get pictures with the game MVPs. And we'll get you on your way. Make the final. 16-6 Titans. They improved to 4-1. Ladner falls to 3-3. And that'll do it. My name's Teddy Jenner. Thanks for tuning in here to LaxAllStars. I'm done for the day. Dan Marshall and Jake Elliott will take you home the rest of the night. I'll be back tomorrow night for the final game of the round robin between St. Albert's and somebody. I can't remember who they're playing at the end. Let me just get that for you before I get you out of here. I want to know who I'm calling. It'll be St. Albert's and Ladner in the final game of the round robin. That's tomorrow night at 7. Still got lots more lacrosse to play here today. 3 more games today, 4 tomorrow. And then we'll be into the crossover. One last time, 16-6 Titans over the Pioneers. Miners and Redhawks up next. Live from Nanaimo, BC, Frank Carena. This is the 2018 President's Cup.